I'm just going to be officially updating you on some more current latest news. So if you do consider drop your likes, do subscribe to the channel as always. So as we do know, Manchester United, of course, are already making plans, for the summer transfer window, as I currently said, because we are aware that currently investment is needed into the squad. As I said, reports do say we get around £200 million spent in the summer, of course. So we're going to negotiate with you a bit about transfer windows. Of course, we're still looking to hire a director of football to come in as well. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, of course, is going to have a say on our transfer plans in the summer, of course, as well. So I did say, we haven't really had a proper, strong experience, a strong, good centre back, since when we had Nemanja Vidic and Rio Ferdinand. They were a fantastic centre back partnership. So we are in the market and we are in the search for the strong centre back, as I said, because that's one of the areas, where we do need to strengthen up. We do need someone on that right hand side, of course, as well. And of course, we need a fast and tenacious centre defensive midfielder. But of course, we do expect departures in the summer as well. So there's been a few names that have been mentioned in the media. I'm going to give you an update on. So we'll start with Jadon Sancho. So there's narrative that's been going on, in the past couple of weeks in relation to Jadon Sancho, and it has said basically that Manchester United have expressed their interest in him. It did say now that PSG are reportedly interested in Jadon Sancho as well. So Man United are battling with PSG, to get Jadon Sancho. Reports were coming out of the media saying that Manchester United are reportedly prepared to make him the most expensive English footballer ever, because at the moment the most expensive English footballer, of course, is Kyle Walker. Of course, Manchester City paid, was it £50 million for Kyle Walker a couple of years ago? Well, it was initially £53 million. I think, there was add-ons included in that deal as well. So if we can come to an agreement of getting Jadon Sancho in the summer, we would be paying almost double for Jadon Sancho than City initially did, for Kyle Walker, of course. But it's also said PSG have been interested in Jadon Sancho, and he's very, very young. He's very, very young in his generation. I think it would be ideal, for Manchester United, to get some young players in our team, that could grow, develop, and mould under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. But yeah, he's only 18 years of age. Of course, he is English as well. He only got into the senior team with England last year, did Jadon Sancho. And of course, we know here that Rashford's English, Lingard's English as well. And yeah, he's a young player, is Jadon Sancho. But since he's broke into the Borussia Dortmund first team, his performances have been very, very good indeed. His performances have been very, very good indeed of Jadon Sancho's. But reports do say Man United are preparing to pay £100 million. So this would make him the most expensive English player ever. Obviously, that means we are willing to break our club transfer record as well, because our most expensive player at the moment, of course, is Paul Pogba. But Jadon Sancho, as I currently said, if Man United were prepared to pay £100 million in the summer, this probably would convince, Borussia Dortmund, to sanction him off. Even though Borussia Dortmund do know how much of an essential player he is to their team. Borussia Dortmund only paid an initial £7-8 million for him for Manchester City, as we all currently know as well. So financially, Borussia Dortmund would make a huge profit on the player, of course. They'd make a huge profit on the player, but Borussia Dortmund still know how essential he is to their team. But as I did say, it's all said PSG have been interested. He's had experience, of course, of playing in English football, because he served a couple of years with Man City. He was in their youth academy because he never got into the first team with City. He actually began his youth career with Watford as well. But now he is under contract with Borussia Dortmund until 2022. So I think he's still got like 2.5-3 years left on his deal with Borussia Dortmund. But yeah, he's a very, very good player. Do you think he'd be a great addition, to Manchester United's squad? Because we've identified him as a summer target. I think it did reportedly say that City would benefit from it or something like that, because City have got a buyback option on the player, because I think City inserted a buyback clause in his current contract, Jadon Sancho's. It did say they'd receive around 15% of the transfer fee or something like that. But to be quite honest with you guys, I think, our pursuit of Jadon Sancho, hinges on Champions League football for next season. So I think if we've got any hopes of signing Jadon Sancho, we obviously want to get top 4 this season so we can get Champions League for next season, because players at that level, obviously, want to be playing in Champions League football. But it did say Man United are preparing to pay up to £100 million. That's staggering amounts of money, for the young player, especially who's only 18 years of age. But we've got the financial power to meet that valuation anywhere, because we didn't invest in the January transfer window. Of course, I know we've spent loads and loads of money since Ferguson retired in all the managerial areas and all that. We spent £700-800 million. We've seen players come in, we've seen players go, but As I said, Man United are preparing to pay £100 million for Jadon Sancho, but he's got a lot of good physical attributes. He's been scoring goals this season. He's been providing as well. So do you think he'd complement our attacking line? It's also said that Paris Saint-Germain themselves have expressed an interest in him as well. Obviously, they invested a lot of money on the likes of Neymar for 200 million. They invested a lot of money on Mbappe and all that as well. Did PSG. So reportedly, they've been interested in Jadon Sancho as well. But there's been other potential tags as well that Manchester United, of course, have been interested in, as they have been updating you on a regular basis, in relation to Joe Felix as well. It's also said that Manchester United have been interested in him as well. Reports do say he would cost staggering amounts of money as well, because he's got a buyout clause of around 105 million pounds, something like that. And the narrative came out about it in the January transfer window that a few teams were interested in him as well. It reportedly said Liverpool had a £61 million bid turned down for him, but it says Man United have instructed scouts, to keep a close eye on the player, and scouts, are currently, watching him on a regular basis. This Joe Felix, he's 19 years of age, he's mainly a winner, so he can play in other positions as well, so he is a versatile, Joe Felix, but his buyout clause is around 105 million. He's yet to make his senior debut with Portugal, only broke into the Benfica first team last year as well, so since he's broke into the first team, reportedly his performances have been very, very good indeed. So we have looked at quite a few young players. To be quite honest with you, I think it's, a lot of United fans are saying, and myself, it is a lot of the experienced players at the moment that are causing us a problem. So maybe it would be ideal, to maybe get some young players, that could grow, develop and mould, as I said, and flourish under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, because he's likely to be to get the job on a full-time basis, is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, because I think the players themselves are convinced, that he will land the job permanently, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and I do think you can elevate this team to the high level. He can get us in that commanding position, that we do want to be in. Of course, he's following Alex Ferguson's philosophy as well, which is very, very good. And I do think he's restored Alex Ferguson's, spirit as Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, as I said, because the players want to play under him. It's good that he's giving the young players the chance as well. He did say he was going to give everybody the chance. He was going to get the players to express themselves, get them enjoying playing football again. And regardless of the injuries, he was going to give everybody the chance. The fringe players, the young players, and he's done this very, very well. And he's brought the confidence back into Manchester United, and he's motivated the team. As you can see, we're scoring more goals, we're creating more clinical chances, we're defending much better as well. We look much, much better in the midfield as well. So yeah, Solskjaer's a good tactician. I think his formations are right as well, and I think his mentality is absolutely immense. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, as I said, but he still knows he's obviously that investment is needed, is Solskjaer in the squad. Of course, we've been interested in other targets as well. We know that's what's been coming out in the last couple of days as well, who Manchester United have been interested in. Isco, that Real Madrid midfielder, he's been mentioned in the last couple of days in the press. It did say quite a few teams have been interested, in Real Madrid's Isco, reportedly. It said Manchester United are reportedly set to battle it out with Liverpool over a potential summer move for Isco. It's also said Manchester City have showed an interest in Isco as well, because since Santiago Solari has taken over as manager at Real Madrid, Isco has been on the bench a lot. He's found... so something's just come on my notifications. Yeah, it said Solskjaer, what was I going to say? So since Isco has been, since Santiago Solari took over Real Madrid, Isco has found game time very, very difficult indeed. And reports do say that Real Madrid, could be opening to selling Isco in the summer, reportedly. He has still got a contract with Real Madrid until 2022, as Isco, as I said, and he's still 26, so he has still got a lot of years ahead of him. He's a good passer of the ball, his movement fantastic, and he's mainly an attacking midfielder, is Isco, as we all currently know. But reports do say that Man United are considering making a move for him in the summer. It's also said Liverpool are considering making a move for him in the summer. Obviously, Liverpool have invested in the past couple of windows, as we all currently know. They've invested quite a bit of money, quite a lot of money last summer, and they invested quite a lot of money. They got Virgil van Dijk for 75 million. They addressed the defensive deficiencies. They got a good goalkeeper as well, Liverpool. So they got about 5 players there last summer, but obviously they still haven't found that replacement for Philippe Coutinho yet. So possibly, they've identified Isco as a potential replacement for Philippe Coutinho. It's also said Man City have expressed like a kind of an interest in Isco as well. Obviously, I don't think they invested in the January transfer window, but all in all, they have invested a lot of money in Manchester City. Pep Guardiola himself, the majority of his money he has spent, has been spent at Manchester City, of course, as well. But it's also said that City have expressed an interest in Isco as well, and he's a world-class midfielder, is Isco. but I think he's found game time very, very difficult this season. He's surplus to requirements now at Real Madrid. But, he spent the entirety of his playing career in Spain as Isco, to be quite honest with you. Obviously, all his silverware he's won has come at Real Madrid. He's been at Real Madrid since 2013. So this is his sixth season now with Real Madrid. He's won numerous Champions Leagues. He's won, 4 Champions Leagues as a Real Madrid player. He's won La Liga, all that as Isco. I think Real Madrid paid around, £30 million for him or something like that. Because he's actually an ex-Malaga player and he actually began his career with Valencia as well. Did this. So reports are saying it's also mentioned Juventus as well. So in the Juventus team. I don't see that happening, to be quite honest, because it says Man United and Liverpool have really expressed a strong interest in making a summer move for Isco. He has got a big release clause as well, as I nearly did forget to mention. So he has got a big release clause as well as Isco. So there is a few teams reportedly interested in him as well. But yeah, there's a few other targets, we've been interested in. We know that we've been interested in that Ivan Rakitic, as we all know, as they have been updating you on a regular basis, to Ivan Rakitic. Again, Ivan Rakitic is a really good, experienced player. I think he's too old now, to be quite honest with you. Is Ivan Rakitic. He's 30 years of age. There's been speculation saying that he could possibly, leave Barcelona in the summer, and reportedly, Barcelona, could let Ivan Rakitic, reportedly go in the summer, because obviously Barcelona have got quite a few midfielders. And of course, obviously they've confirmed the signing of Frankie de Jong when he for 65 million. Well, he agreed his £65 million fee with Ajax last summer, so it's a year in advance. So he's going to be officially playing for Barcelona in the new season. Is Frankie de Jong. So reportedly when he joins, Ivan Rakitic could be surplus to requirements. He could find game time very, very difficult, and that's why there's been a narrative, going on about him potentially leaving. From Ivan Rakitic's perspective, I don't think he's got any intentions of leaving Barcelona. I think he's very, very happy with Barcelona, as he did say, but he's still got a current deal, with Barcelona until 2021. He's mainly an attacking mid, but he can also operate as a central mid as well. But he is a very, very good player, but I just think he's a bit too old. He's Ivan Rakitic, quite honest with you. He's been at Barcelona since 2014, so this is his 5th season now in the process. The majority of his silverware he has won has obviously come at Barcelona, as I said. But he had quite a few years with Sevilla, didn't he? He won the Europa League. He had 3.5 years with Schalke, I think, and I think he won the Swiss Cup when he was a lot younger in his prime, where he actually began his career with Basel as well. Ivan Rakitic. Reportedly it said Man United have showed slight a kind of a slight interest in Ivan Rakitic as well. So he's been mentioned. But we know defensively, the targets, that Manchester United have been linked to. We know that it still remains our number one target, to maybe go for in the summer is obviously, Koulibaly. The latest reports I did hear about that, I haven't heard much about it lately, to be quite honest, but the rumours do continue to persist, with Koulibaly being linked with a summer move to Old Trafford. He did say reportedly we're fully committed to Napoli, we're happy at Napoli. He did say he was happy that he was attracted interest, Koulibaly, from teams that were following him, but I think he said he's fully committed to Napoli, he's happy with Napoli, because his performances under Maurizio Sarri were very, very good. Now his performances under Carlo Ancelotti are very, very good indeed, Koulibaly's, and we know he's a very, very good experienced centre-back. He's versatile as well, but mainly he's a centre-back. He's tall, he's good in the air as well, and he definitely address our defensive deficiencies. And if you were to put him alongside Lindelof and Eric Bailly, or if you put him alongside Lindelof or Chris Smalling, I think he'd look very, very good indeed, and I think he'd complement our back line very, very well. But he's still got a contract with Napoli, don't forget, until 2023 as Koulibaly anywhere, and it would cost in the excess of at least around 90 million at least, to get Koulibaly in the summer, because in the process, we had 3 bids turned down for him. The recent bid we had turned down was £95 million. Of course, that was back in January as well. But yeah, he's a very, very good player, and he would be a major signing. It could come to an agreement of getting him in the summer, but reportedly it may not happen. Now, it did say Juventus have been interested in the past. His current agent, Koulibaly's agent, ruled him out to move to Juventus, Koulibaly, so he definitely won't be going to Juventus. So I think he's happy at Napoli anyway. If we don't get Koulibaly, there's obviously other alternative options, that we're going to look at as well. We have been keeping tracks on Inter Milan Skriniar as well. He's also been mentioned. He's only just recently turned 24. Since he's been in the Milan, reportedly his performances have been very, very good. Last time I heard, reports were saying that he was on the brink of signing a new contract with Inter Milan, with Milan Skriniar. I think Inter Milan valued him at around 75 million pounds or something like that, was it last summer, because Man United were linked with him. As I said, Inter Milan initially paid 20 million pounds for him from San Pandora, Milan Skriniar as well. So we have been keeping track on Milan Skriniar, so he's been another potential target for Manchester United as well. But as I did currently say, guys, so yeah, in the news, about Jadon Sancho, as I said, it says Manchester United and PSG are reportedly battling it out, and we could make him the most expensive English player ever. If we do come to an agreement in the summer of paying that £100 million. Reports do say Man United are willing to pay £100 million for Jadon Sancho, and he's had experience of playing in the Premier League, and I think he's done fantastic in Germany, with Borussia Dortmund, and he's a very, very good player. Of course, he's mainly a winger, is Jadon Sancho, as we all know. Borussia Dortmund have been known for doing business with the players, but we know that they don't come currently cheap, as I currently said. So Manchester United have identified him as a summer target. We know also what's been going on in the press as well. I want to give you an update on. I have been updating you about this. That there's been a lot of talks going on about Lukaku and Icardi as a potential swap deal. It did reportedly say that Inter Milan are reportedly willing to offer Icardi as part of an exchange, for Romelu Lukaku. Because reportedly Milan themselves are reportedly interested in getting Lukaku as a replacement. Interested in Icardi as well. So there has been talking on in the last couple of days, as Lukaku and Icardi as a potential swap deal. Icardi is a very, very good player. He's one of the biggest names in Italian football, as we all know. Is Icardi. We know that he's a very, very good player as well. Of course, he's been in Milan since 2013, so he's grown, developed, and flourished fantastically well. He's done well under Luis Spalletti. This is sixth season now in Milan. He's Icardi's as I said. He's scored over 100 odd goals, and the majority of his goals have obviously come at Inter Milan as well. He's obviously Inter Milan's ninth highest top goal scorer of all time. Is Icardi. He's a very, very good player, is Icardi. He leads the lines well. He's a good, efficient finisher. He only just recently turned 26, so he's in his mid-20s now. So he has still got a lot of years ahead of him. Come and experience these facilities. It would be good for him, to come and experience the Premier League. I think his release clause is around £100 million. That's why he's valued at around £100 million as well. But he plays between the lines well. He's good box to box, and he's got really, really good attributes as he can. So I do think he'd possibly be a good addition to our team, and he probably would be a good replacement, if Lukaku was to go in either direction, to Inter Milan. But as I did say, in relation to Icardi, he's obviously now out of favour in Inter Milan. He's just recently lost the captain's armband Inter Milan as well. He actually used to play for Sampdoria. I think he had one season with Sampdoria. He had an impressive season with Sampdoria. Actually began his youth career with Barcelona as well. So he graduated from Barcelona's youth system, did Icardi as well. But yeah, very, very good player indeed. So there has been talks of Lukaku and Icardi's potential swap deal. Manchester United may be considering selling Lukaku in the summer. I don't think we'll recoup the initial £75 million we paid for him. But as I did say, if Man United do decide to sanction Lukaku off in the summer, it did say that Lukaku indicated that he would prefer to join Juventus if Man United are willing to sanction him off in the summer. So last time I heard, Lukaku indicated that he would prefer the move to Juventus reportedly, and that's what it currently said in the media as well. That's what it currently said in the media. Is pinpoint that it does prefer the move to Juventus, but to quite fair, we know mainly Lukaku hasn't been first choice quite honestly, but in the last couple of games, he scored 4 goals in his last 2 games, and I do think his form has been rejuvenated as Romelu Lukaku. As we do know, he's his 7th, 8th season now Manchester United. David De Gea's, of course, now he's made 100 Premier League clean sheets. He's made over 300 appearances in all competitions. Of course, he's won everything here as well as David De Gea. We initially only paid £17 million for him from Atletico Madrid. Back in 2000. And 11 was it as well, and he's grown and developed fantastically well and become one of the best goalkeepers in the world. Last year obviously we activated a 12-month extension on his contract, so it does keep under contract here until 2020 as well, David De Gea, but nothing much more. Of course, this guy's has updated about that, but Solskjaer said he was still confident that we could get him a new contract as well. I think it's going to be a 5-year contract, when we do agree this new contract for David De Gea, but De Gea's demanding £400,000 a week, so this would make it the best paid goalkeeper probably in world football, the best paid, one of the best paid in the Premier League as well, probably the 9th best paid or something like that. Other players' contracts, I'll give you an update on them as well. In relation, we hope somewhere online, that Ander Herrera can sign a new contract at Manchester United as well, because he deserves it, based on his fantastic performances. Ander Herrera, I think he's been playing a really, really good part in the team as Ander Herrera. Since Solskjaer's come, he's been playing regular. I know he's injured now, but, mainly he's been doing really, really well as Ander Herrera. I think he's breaking up the play very, very well. He's been fitting in that midfield trio fantastically well, and hopefully somewhere online, we can come to an agreement of getting him a new contract at Manchester United as well. and he deserves it, fantastic performances under Herrera. So hopefully somewhere along the line, we can get him a new contract. In relation to Marcus Rashford as well, saying that Manchester United were there'd been breakthrough in negotiations. It did say he indicated Rashford himself that he's set to sign a new 6-year deal at Man. Obviously would take him to the age of like 27 because he's obviously 21 now. Still, his current deal ends in 2020. There is an option of a further year as well. Of course, he'll a bigger wage increase will Marcus Rashford, but he's a very, very good player, Rashford. He's been United players since the age of 7. Since he's broken into the senior squad since 2016, he's been absolutely fantastic indeed, and he has been playing a key role, especially, since Ole Gunnar Solskjaer come in as well. Rashford's been absolutely fantastic. Mainly he's been first choice. You can play him out wide, but as I said, I prefer him in number 9 role, Marcus Rashford, playing centrally because he's more effective there. But every part of his game has improved since Solskjaer's come in. He's been playing more regularly in the team. His finishing's improved, more goals. So yeah, I think he's going to definitely sign this new contract as well. But yeah, I think definitely, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is definitely, the right man for Manchester. Because obviously when he first came in, Manchester United were 11 points behind top 4. So basically everybody ruled us out, of getting that top 4, because it is essential anyway that we get that top 4. So obviously it's more important, so we can have obviously more competitive summer transfer window, because obviously a lot of players at the highest level, want to play in Champions League football, and I'm confident, that we can get top 4. And of course, obviously Solskjaer himself has been in discussions with Man United board of what players should stay and what players should go, because we definitely know players are going to leave Manchester United in the summer as well. We know that players are going to leave Manchester United in the summer as well. But Solskjaer's the right man for Manchester United. As I said, he knows everything about the club. He knows the club inside out. And he's definitely the right man for Manchester United. Flourished under Alex Ferguson for 11 fantastic years. Won trophies, scored loads and loads of goals, as I said. Obviously was involved in a lot of comebacks as well as Ole Gunnar Solskjaer as a player. And I just like his enthusiasm at the club. I like his confidence, as I said. And he's got the team playing in the right vein and the right manner, which is good. He hasn't really proven himself in terms of a manager winning any kind of silverware or any major honours at the moment, but I do think that is to come in the future. If Manchester United can get some new additions into the club in the summer. We know the team's not just quite as not good enough as yet, to win the league, but if we get some new additions at least next season, if we don't win it, we can at least be up there competing, as I said. But yeah, he's definitely the right man for Manchester United. He's Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He's definitely the right man for Manchester United. Is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, as I said. So he's following Ferguson's philosophy. He's restored Ferguson's at the club as Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. As I said, he's got a bit of his own philosophy, but I think he's following Sir Alex Ferguson's philosophy as well. So he's done an absolutely fantastic job, and it only cost us an additional £7-8 million. We'd only have to pay that to Moll, to give him the job on a full-time basis. Anyway, it's not as guaranteed yet that he's still going to get the job full-time, but I think it's edging closer and closer and closer as game by game goes. But I think he's done enough anyway as Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He's done enough, and I think he definitely deserves the job on a full-time basis without a shadow of a doubt. Of course, as well, guys, big game tomorrow up against PSG. You've seen my preview, for that game that I've currently done. As I said, obviously we have got a mountain to climb. Basically, we are basically we've got a mountain to climb. Basically, we are 2-0 down from the first leg, of course, as well. PSG have got good players, got some good young players. They've got a lot of good experienced players as well as PSG. It's not too essential. Basically, it's not that essential. If we don't win, we don't win it. But I won't be too disappointed, if we don't win, to be quite honest, because we're focusing on that top 4. Also, succeeding in the FA Cup as well. So basically, that's what Manchester United are focusing on. It is a 2-goal deficit, as I said. You never know. Solskjaer's still confident going into the game, even though we have got a 2-goal deficit, to come back from, because he's been part of a lot of comebacks, and this club historically, he's known for coming back in games as well as as we did do under Alex Ferguson in them 26-27 years. But we know that we've got 10 players out for the game. Obviously, Paul Pogba included, because obviously Paul Pogba is suspended as well. So I've already given you my prediction what I think is going to happen in the game. We know, of course, Alexis Sanchez is out through injury. He's got a knee ligament damage as Alexis Sanchez. Sanchez, as we all currently know. So Sanchez definitely won't be featuring. And I think Solskjaer himself has lost a lot of faith in Alexis Sanchez. He's lost faith in Sanchez. He's lost trustworthy in Sanchez, as I said. And we know mainly anyway hasn't been first choice, but he's the only player that hasn't really fitted in under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's system. And basically, I think he's just very, very poor at Manchester United. He's aging up. He's 30 years of age. He's lost that yard of pace, of course, as well as Sanchez. And, when he has been playing, just the whole thing when he plays, it just emphasises, how ineffective Sanchez is. And I think at the end of the day, someone else is going to basically, get that number 7 role, because he's had quite a few injuries since he's been here. He's had 2 injuries that were hamstring injuries. Now he's got knee He's got a knee injury now, so he's had quite a few injuries as well as Alexis Sanchez. And I just don't think he's the player he was at Arsenal. He's only been at Manchester United just over the year, of course, as well. So Sanchez out of the game. We know Martial. Solskjaer's come out and said he's not going to risk Martial. He's going to save Martial for the Arsenal game. So Martial will be in contention, to play against Arsenal, because he's not risking Martial. He said it's unlikely he's going to risk Martial, so he won't be playing tomorrow night, as we all know. We know, obviously, as I updated you, Herrera's still injured with a hamstring injury. I don't know when he's going to come back. We know Juan Mata, of course, is still injured as well. Reports coming out saying he's set to miss tomorrow night. He's set to miss Arsenal at the weekend as well. He's Juan Mata. Of course, we know Matic is still out with a muscle injury as well. We don't know how long Nemanja Matic is out for. I do know how long he's out for, should I say. Well, initially it did say a month, but I think it is a couple of weeks. I think he's set to come from injury in late March or something like that. It did say, but it is a muscle injury he's got as well, Nemanja Matic. But yeah, he's been good. He's very, very slow, is Nemanja Matic, as we all currently know. He's very, very slow, and he's aging up, of course, as well. But I think he's fitted in that midfield well, and I do think, to be honest with you guys, he's improved, since Solskjaer's coming in, because he has been a regular in the team. I do have strong reservations about him, but I think there's areas of his game that has adapted, fantastically well. Nemanja Matic. So to be fair, he has improved as Matic. He has really, really improved as Matic, since Solskjaer's come in. But of course, he's injured at the moment. Of course, we've obviously got other injuries as well. I've updated you on. Darmian, of course, is still injured. Valencia's got a calf injury as well. Darmian and Valencia are the 2 likely players to definitely leave Manchester United in the summer. And I think Sanchez probably will leave in the summer as well. I think there's obviously I don't think there's going to be any more any improvements in his game. So I think Man United are going to consider getting rid of him. But as I did give you my predicted 11, as I said, it's quite obvious he's going to obviously, Solskjaer's going to go with obviously, De Gea in goal. He's going to go with Young at right back. He'll go with Small and Lindelof as a centre-back partnership. He'll go with Luke Shaw, the midfield trio. He'll go with Fred, even though we don't know if he's a long-term solution. He'll go with Andres Pereira. Pereira, of course, will be fulfilling Paul Pogba's spot. He'll put, Scott McTominay there as well in the midfield. The attacking part, he'll put Rashford on the left-hand side. He'll put Diego Dalot on the right wing, and he'll put Romelu Lukaku on top. And that's gotta be the lineup Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is going to be going with. Diego Dalot is initially a right back, but obviously Ashley Young plays at right back, of course. But Diego Dalot is initially a right back. But I think to be quite fair, a lot of people are now starting to think, does he look better in more of an attacking position? Diego Dalot, as I said, because when he's been playing, he has made a fantastic impact. The youngster. To be quite honest with you. Yeah, Solskjaer did say in relation, to the injured players we've got, he said he doesn't expect any of them to recover in time, for the game tomorrow as well. So this is what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has currently said. So I wanted to give you an update on today on this video to give you an update transfers going on in the media. I just thought I'd currently update you on that as well. So anyway, guys, drop your comments, likes below. If you do consider subscribe to my channel, as always, guys, and take care. God bless, and I'll see you guys all again very, very soon.